how do you feel respected by me, or what does respect mean to you? How can I speak your respect language? That doesn't make sense in English, but it makes sense in love. So let's talk about love and respect.
Okay.
Because I find that a lot of men have that complaint that this woman is not submissive.
Yeah.
We've said love and respect, but really what we mean is submission, or that whole concept of how marriage works. How do I submit? How does he love, and that sort of thing. So just in context of scriptures and in context of our own relationship, how do you see love and respect? Give your counsel, your advice, your perspective.
Well, I think first I would like to say that God created.
I thought you were saying you would like to. First, I would like to say I love you.
Yes. First, I would like to say I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
So, and you must respect me.
Yeah.
And actually, that doesn't work
That's funny.
when respect becomes a command. Respect according to the Bible is supposed to be effortless, and it's because of our acknowledgement of the love of God demonstrated on the cross, how God loves us, how He has given up, how He gave His life for our redemption. That's what inspires the love for a man. And for a woman, knowing that the church, who is the recipient of Christ's love, submits to Christ, not necessarily as a command, but because of the acknowledgement of the love that Christ has for her.
You're speaking King James.
Okay.
You have to use message translation now, or TPT, or PEV.
Okay, so before we answer that, let's understand what happened, or what Paul wrote in Ephesians chapter 5. Husband, love your wife, and wife, submit to your own husbands. So I was saying that Paul said that husbands, love your wife as Christ loves the church.
Yeah.
All right. So that means that how do we know how Christ loved the church? It's by the sacrifice of Himself.
Yeah.
So that is not trying to say that men should kill themselves for their wife, or man, you have to die to prove your love for your wife. No, it's simply trying to show you how love should be. How did Christ die for the church? Or the display of Christ's love communicates or shows an unconditional, a love that is not conditioned on the church behavior or the behavior of the church, on how good or how well the church has been. So, in other words, the command or the instruction to men is to love your wife unconditionally, not conditioned on if she's respectful or if she's not respectful, if she's well behaved or not. No.
And why is that so difficult to do? Why is that so difficult to do?
It's difficult to do because many times we are trying to do it by ourselves.
Perfect.
Yeah. It is easy to do when we are not trying to love our wife based on our...
Personalize it.
For me, if each time I try to love you based on how good you are, or each time I stop loving you because of what you did, it becomes difficult to love. But when I begin to acknowledge, like what Paul says, that love your wife like or as Christ loves the church, when I begin to love you, not conditioned on your behavior, but not using your behavior to match how much I should love you. It's a lot easier, and a lot easier not because I'm trying to cook up unconditional love by myself, because unconditional love is not something anybody have.
Yeah.
Unconditional. It's easy for me to love you unconditionally when I remind myself that God loves me unconditionally. So
I think that's a really strong point, because you can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
And you can't love Yeah, you cannot love unconditionally if you have not received unconditional love. That's really, really, really key, I think. That's key.
Yeah, then also for the wives, you were asking them why the issue with respect and all those.
Yes,
Yeah,
why is
yeah,
it that men always say, I've heard it like countless times.
yeah.
This woman is not respectful. Everybody's husband says that woman is not respectful, apart from my own husband. I think you say I'm joy. Talk your mind now. But it's really everybody. It's like all men have issue with respect. What is this respect thing? She's not respectful. She's not respectful. What's that respect thing? Is it that a woman cannot make a decision by herself? Is it that a woman cannot should not not a woman, someone's wife should not decide? Let me personalize it too, because I said personalize it. Is it that how do you feel respected by me, or what does respect mean to you? How can I speak your respect language? That doesn't make sense in English, but it makes sense in love.
So I think if you ask me, I'll give a subjective view. I don't know
Yeah.
if every man out there will agree with me, but I think first we must establish that from what I know about men, there is no man that wants the wife to buy him a flower.
Are you
Yes,
sure? Are you sure?
I'm very sure about that. That's why I said I'm giving a subjective view.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so from the best I know, I don't think there's any man I know out there that is expecting the wife to buy him a flower.
Okay, so
I'm making a point. And that's to establish that men's need is basically not a show of love. For example, if I buy you a flower, or I buy you this, or I buy you that, it may go a long way. I mean,
for me,
not that
for
you're a
Debbie.
material person, right?
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
mean
sure,
that
definitely.
the way women
Don't
may
do
see
material things.
the way women may see things are different from the way men see things. So sometimes I think it could be that women think that what respect means to them is what respect means to men. So that's why I
That's what I'm
said that
asking.
from the best that I know, there's no one I know that would like to get a flower as a gift. So, but with that said, what the real show of love to a man is respect.
Okay.
And respect does not necessarily just mean
Good morning, sir.
yes.
Yes, sir. Daddy.
I think it has more to do with regard,
Okay.
honor. Yeah. So those attitudes, those actions that show regard, that shows honor, I think that's what a man is. Yeah. That's what a man wants. He wants to know that his wife, the woman he loves the most, has regard for him.